as per your project deliverables, you start your project cycle with the planning, which we have done first. So you understand the importance of gathering content requirements and storyboarding, thinking of a layout sketch, and then we actually work for designing it. Okay, so we've done planning, we've done the designing of the site. Once we've done the designing, we have actually implemented and published our project, which is the third phase of your website designing process. And using FTP, we have actually uploaded it online. Now, the fourth stage of your project of website designing is to actually test. So once it is designed, you can do the testing of your projects once you do the implementation, either locally using Dreamweaver's inbuilt features, as well as you can use checking online using some of the online tools who does validations for you. Let me show you a few things we can literally check locally itself before you even upload the pages online. So I'm assuming, let's say my website project designing stage has completed. Now, you can actually go to commands menu in Dreamweaver, and under the commands, we have check spelling option. Very important, before you upload your websites, you should check spellings. Badly spelled websites get punished by search engines. They don't like wrong spellings in your websites. But the way is, your site visitors, they don't like your sites are misspelled. So for SEO, it's a quite important factor. And as a designer, it's quite embarrassing for you as well to have those points published online. So quickly, you can go to the commands menu in Dreamweaver, click on check spelling. Shift F7 is the key. And you can see here, slowly, Dreamweaver will start finding the words, and it will give you the suggestions what it should change you. If you think that's the correct one, you can simply ignore, and it will keep giving you next suggestions. So it was giving me only 2, which is for Facebook and all. The rest are Dreamweaver things, no more checking required. So you can just see at the start of the document, spell check is done. So there wasn't major spelling mistakes in the document. When you will do in future, you might have something. So it's quite good to do the small spell check. So this is the one report you can do. The other is, you can actually go to the window menu, and under the window, you have this results panel. Under the results panel, you have several categories you can actually use to test your website's performance. Okay, I can just click any one of them because they're all under this results panel. So you select anything, others will be automatically there in the tab. So let's say if I just click on validation. Do you see under the properties panel, the validation tab is open? You can see at the footer. And the other panels within the search, within the results, you can browse them by clicking on the tab navigations like that. So you can actually check the site reports. You can check the broken links of your site, if the href is wrong or hyperlink is not added correctly. You can check browsers compatibility, means for multiple browsers, how the site will perform, or if any CSS which you're using in this web page may give you bad effect on any Internet Explorer or Firefox. So you can check those kind of issues. Validation will check for HTML and other resources. So I'm in the validation for a while. There's a play button here which we'll call validate. You can click on it, and from these pop-out options you can select validate current document, means only this single web page, or the entire local website. So you can actually check all the pages without even opening for the validation of your page. Okay, let me just run for this current page for a while. Validate the current document, and you can see it's a transitional document, and Dreamweaver gives me no errors or warning. It means the whole HTML coding is absolutely spot on. Okay, in exam, if they ask you to do some testing and produce evidence, you can simply run this kind of validations. Okay, make sure the errors, if errors are there, just rectify it. Just to show you, I'm going to go to the code view, and let me just make some small error. Let me just remove this / from the p tag. Save the page, run the validation again, and you can see Dreamweaver straight away finds that there's an unclosed tag you have. Okay, and then you can simply go to the line number 43, 44, which is this line. You can highlight and you can spot the error. Close it, save it, and test your document again. No errors. So before you even upload, you can clean your codes quite nicely so that they can be used. And that screenshot of this particular result you can use as an evidence in your documents. The browser compatibility, link checkers as well. Now we don't have too many hyperlinks, but if I can go to the link checker, same principle. You can click on check links, check link for the current or for the whole website. So you can choose from. Again, you can see at the footer tiny little bit of writing. It says 11 in total links, 10 okay, 0 broken, and there's 1 external link. I can show the broken links, or I can say show me the external link from this website. So if I select that, see, it shows me that in this document I have external link called facebook.com, and that link is not broken, means it is also working absolutely fine. Okay, the other 10 links are actually my navigation link. So if I show you the design view, all these are hyperlinks which I'm using for the websites like Facebook's and so on. Okay, so very useful in order to do the testing, because you have in your examination as well, they will ask you to run the testing of your website. So you can run spell check, validation, browser compatibility, link checker, and just make sure everything is in order, everything is tested correctly. Apart from that, I'm going to go online as well. So if I go online, W3C, which is the foundation or the founding body who actually gives us HTML and CSS, they have this online validation service. It's free service. This service you can use once you upload your website online. So your site should be online first of all. Okay. In our case, we have it. Now that's the URL. I have saved this URL in your DW folder, so you can later on take this notepad file. But you simply type validator.w3.org. It's an extension within the same W3 website. Once you type that, this is where you actually land up. I can actually go into any website. Now this is my online website, Vehicles United. Okay, I can simply take this whole URL, copy this URL, and I can go to the W3C validator, paste that URL here, and I can check for any errors. Wow, surprisingly, for the same page, it gives me 5 errors. Okay, it says the alternate text attribute is not defined for the image. ID car1 already defined, means I'm using duplicate value. Okay, that's fine. Alternate text. Well, W3C will look for more stricter validations of your online pages. I can simply go here, take my latest index page, and upload that. Let me just save that first. Now expanding, I'm checking this index page from Vehicles United, drop it into Vehicles folder, refresh. Again, it might take 3 to 4 minutes until it refreshes my HTML. But let me check this URL now. Five errors. I think I didn't modify these errors anyways. You should actually go into the, just to show you, I've just copy pasted these divs one after the other without any altercation, and W3C spotted that. Because for the divs, when you use ID attribute, ID should be used uniquely. W3C don't like IDs used again and again. For that purpose, you should use class. rather than ID as a selector. So it's not a major error, but W3C checks your code strictly. So I can change one of them to 2 or something. And the other thing is when I've actually inserted these images, do you see? I didn't add any alternate text. Just for quickly demonstration, I was doing it, but then W3C won't spare me for that also, because these are mandatory things for accessibility point of view. So anyways, you can check locally as well as once it goes online, W3C will have a strict view of your codes, and link validator will help you to clean your code more and more stronger. Search engines like Google, Yahoo, MSN, they like your HTML validated. If it is a validated web page, high chances your SEO performance will be more. Okay, so try and have as much clean HTML coding you can. You can even publish in your footer of the website that this website is 100% validated or something. Okay. I think normally they'll give you some logo as well to insert, so you can just browse through and find more information. So that's your validation service and testing couple of things. The other thing is the way Dreamweaver gives you browser compatibility to check. I'm going to quickly check browser compatibility here. No issues detected, as you can see here. But we can actually go online, and this is another website quite handy for you called browsershots.org. Another non-profit. This is for testing your site on multiple browsers. For us, we know only Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, Opera. Is that it? But in the world, there are hundreds of browsers. So if you want to check how your website is doing, how it actually looks, in all those different versions, different software browsers, you can go on this website. And this is the site I open here in front of you. It looks a bit tricky, but fair enough. And look at the amount of browsers it will check your site. That's a huge list. All you have to do is enter your URL here. So I'm just simply right clicking on it, pasting it. So I'm checking my Vehicles United website on all these browsers. Once you paste, simply submit. And what does it say here? Okay, because I've used this earlier for London College URL. It's a free service. It is not allowing me to check screenshot. It actually shows you site on 138 browsers. Because I've used this earlier, now it is not allowing me for today. But I can show you, I've done the same practice this morning for London College URL. And that's the result. You see that? This is actually our London College website online. I've copy pasted this URL before break, and this is how it looks. Look at that. Midori browser. Have you heard of it? Kazihaxi browser. People use this kind of browsers. So it actually tests on all those 138 browsers. If people use it, if it is available, they just use it. They might be having some different functionalities. SeaMonkey is quite famous browser. So if I'll just see SeaMonkey, click on the screenshot. Look at how the browser looks. Look at that. Pretty basic, but then this service gives me a chance to see how it will actually look in SeaMonkey without opening it in SeaMonkey. That's beautiful. So maybe just to justify your evidence, you can quickly test it on your browser review, and you can actually give this website page as a screenshot evidence that you have actually tested not 1 or 2 browsers, but more than 100 browsers. So more strong evidence for your portfolio. Okay. So whenever it comes about testing your site and check reports, do the spell check, do the validation, do browser compatibility. So run all of those locally as well as use a couple of these too, like W3C and browser screenshots, to get more evidences. Okay, let me stop this recording.